Hey guys, I want to talk about Tattoo Cody right now, and I want to talk about all the gossip and rumors and just the hatred towards him. I just feel so much jealousy from different corners of the internet, and it's mainly coming from convicted felons and former inmates. Guys, we have to stand together. We've got everybody in society thinks that a convicted felon is trash, and Cody was doing a really good job to represent us and let society be society's favorite inmate and show society that basically a felon can change and that we don't always have to be trash. Don't you hate being judged by society when you go to rent an apartment, when you go to get a job, and they look up your criminal background and then they start posting photos of you in the local Facebook groups and talking about how you went to prison? I mean, aren't you sick and tired of that? I hate that. I've got a construction company as well. And, I try to make a post advertising work, and then some lady, posts something about, oh, he was in prison. I mean, guys, we hate that. But the Bible says, judge not, lest you be judged also. And I don't want that judgment. I'm not going to talk bad about somebody for their past. I want to see the person now. The person now. People change. And this is what we keep telling society, that we've changed, that we're no longer a criminal. We're no longer, that person that smuggled drugs. We're no longer that person that did whatever he did. I believe in change. I believe change is possible. And, your past crimes should not be a life sentence. It shouldn't be this weight of shame over you. But as long as you guys are judging Cody, he's never going to get to his potential. And, he's done some amazing things when he's been out. He's managed a huge social media account with, hundreds of thousands of people that follow him, that love him. And these are people from society, people that are not criminals, people that are not felons. They've gotten to see the different side of him, and they've gotten to see a side of him that wants to reform. And he's definitely changed society's thoughts about a convicted felon, that, we can change. And that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of the Cody that I see now, guys. And, we've all done something horrible that a lot of you guys aren't thinking about. We all left a wife on the street and our kids on the street, unprotected, unsupported, while we were on, maybe you were on the poker table playing poker, calling your wife and asking for money. I never did that. I never asked my wife for money a single time because I knew she was struggling out there. I knew that she didn't have gas money for her car. But, some of you guys, I saw you guys on the wall phones constantly begging for money. And that's one thing I didn't do. But no judgment if you did do it. I'm just saying, that's what a piece of garbage everyone was. Everyone that went to prison and left his wife behind on the street is a piece of garbage for doing that. But you know what? We've got to be a different person now. And that's what Cody was trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm in the business of getting people out of prison. I'm in the business of ending the corruption in the prison system. But when you lower yourself and you just talk bad about all these other people that got out of prison, when you're just bashing them, you're making society look at them like dirt. And they don't just look at you like dirt. They look at all of us like dirt. So when you make these videos bashing Cody, you're not just hurting Cody. You're hurting me. You're hurting you. You're hurting everybody. Because that just, society's like, oh yeah, he hasn't changed. He's still a criminal. They still don't believe in snitching. But I'll tell you right now, I didn't snitch. But if somebody breaks into my house, if somebody assaults me, I'm going to call the police. You better believe it. Because before, I would handle stuff my way. And guess what? It ended me up in prison. So I learned that you can't do stuff your way. You've got to fit with the way society runs. My neighbor had a rooster, and it was really irritating me, crowing at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I ran outside with a BB gun at like 2 in the morning, and I was pissed. I woke up from a dead sleep. I was going to go execute the rooster. And then about halfway out there, I started kind of waking up and realizing like, hey, I could literally go back to prison for this. That's animal cruelty. So I woke up enough to go back to the house and figure out how to actually possibly poison the rooster. Did some AI searches and stuff. And then I thought about that. I said, wait, that's animal cruelty as well. I'm going to go back to prison if I still continue this mentality. So I realized I have to do things the right way. So I wrote out a cease and desist and handed it to him. And guess what? There's no more rooster. And I didn't take the risk of going to jail. I've learned, utilize the courts like a normal U.S. citizen, like a law-abiding citizen. Utilize Congress, utilize Senate, utilize all these tools in government that we have. And you know what? You don't have to break the law anymore. But, you know, you guys have to shift out of that criminal mentality and stop making all of us look bad. Because when you're bashing Cody, you're not just bashing Cody. You're making every law-abiding citizen think badly of us. All right, guys, this is Wesley Todd with Federal Prison Consulting. God bless.